Many students across the world seek for academic greatness, and are usually faced with a choice of where to study, putting into considerations many other factors, which includes the size of their budgets and the quality of education they desire to get. We will be looking at admission and visa study in Canada. Before we continue, head over and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and ring the bell to get the latest update. If you want to get a good education in a good environment, Canada is a good option to choose for your tertiary education. Canada is the largest country in North America, and second only to Russia in the world. Canada shares a border with the United States. Canada welcomes students irrespective of country of origin or religion. Admission tips. Securing a slot for tertiary education in universities of your choice is the first step to focus on. It is important to meet the requirements of the institution you choose, and submitting an application is the first step to achieve this objective. It is important to note that every institution sets the requirement for gaining admission, and it is displayed on their website. It is important to check the website of the institution you intend to apply for, to see if you meet the requirements. While institutions set custom requirements, there are general principles that apply to all institutions, like a test for English proficiency and submission of previous results. IELTS is accepted in most schools, while some schools accept TOEFL. Required IELTS score to decide admission is usually determined by your school of choice. The different institutions set different criterion for offering admission, so contact the institution you apply to in order to find out if you meet the stipulated requirements. MBA students are required to have work experience not less than 24 months. Cost of studying in Canada. Studying in Canada is affordable compared to other Western countries. It is important to know that the cost of expenses in one institution is different from another. Living expenses, transportation, and lifestyle are also factors that affect the budget, and you need to make preparations for these expenses. As an international student, your expenses can vary between 17,000 Canadian dollars to 33,000 Canadian dollars annually. Tuition fees. Tuition fees are determined independently by various universities. The program of choice you apply for has everything to do with your tuition cost. Not all programs incur the same expense. Engineering and medical programs incur higher fees than social sciences. Medical and engineering programs may incur about 24,000 Canadian dollars yearly, while arts and humanities may cost around 18,000 Canadian dollars annually, though it also depends on your institution of choice. Housing cost. Majority of the institutions in Canada provide accommodation on campus, and the cost is independent of tuition cost. A separate application is needed for housing. If you want to study in Canada, the cost of an on-campus apartment is different from one institution to the next. Closeness to your institution and your meal package also influences the cost of housing. Transportation and feeding. Whether you live on or off campus, transportation plays a major role in your successful stay in Canada. Some cities have very good transportation network, and students can use affordable means of transportation like ferries, train, and buses. Some providers offer discounts, and you can choose the mode of transportation that suits you. Transportation cost can reach $110 monthly. Student visa application. To gain entry for studies, a visa is mandatory. The documents required for obtaining a visa are as follows. You must be given an acceptance letter from a recognized institution. 1. Next stop is to get a Canadian student visa application package. You can get it through online using CIC website, or walk into a local visa office or consulate in your country. In order to get the visa application package, questions will be asked to determine if you are eligible for a student visa. 2. If found to be eligible, you will be sent a personal checklist code, with a page containing a code needed for submitting your application online, which is only valid for 60 days. The printed out page also contains tuition fee amounts, a guide to applications, a list of documents to submit along with your application. 3. Create a My Cic account by providing your checklist code, where you will be given your personal document checklist, which allows you to upload all your documents to CIC. 4. After uploading the necessary documentation and paid your fees, submit your completed application to CIC. 5. Some students from certain countries require a biometric caption. 6. Applying for a student visa would need proof of funds to sustain yourself during your study. 7. If your application is granted, you will be issued a student visa permit for 5 years depending on the period of your studies. Hope you have gotten enough tips on how to apply for admission and visa to study in Canada. Stay tuned as we bring more scholarships, tips and opportunities your way. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.